Alright guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're checking out Narumi, and we are actually using him now in a new and improved format here. So we do have two duplicates on him, so he gets a damage increase on the combat skill and then also stacks critical hit rate by 10% for those. Now, I also switched him over to Fungal from Lizard. You can argue that's still the better set. I will figure out in this video whether or not it's worth it to switch, but otherwise we'll go from there, of course. Now, in terms of this, you could, again, maybe do a crit rate in the middle if you really wanted to shore up any deficiency with that potentially, but as I'm going to be using with Buddy Hoshina, as we'll be using the combat skill pretty consistently, he should be fine. Now, the way Gen functions is as follows. So his whole thing is trying to get the combat skill, break plates, and go from there. So before activating the combat skill, he gets an ultimate gauge. If the ultimate gauge is less than 50, he gets a speed bonus. But if the ultimate gauge is higher than 50%, he gets a damage dealt increase for one turn. And then down here on the ultimate, this is just adjacent hits, so he does normal damage and all that. Same thing here. He's not doing anything fancy with these. He's just doing pure damage, but obviously has dual coverages on those with shot and slash as well. So he can break those plates. He can break physical plates. He can break multiple plates at once, and it's very, very strong, as you guys will see in a lot of content. Also, his ultimate damage goes up by 20%. When attacking a core exposed Kaiju, his damage dealt goes up by 20%. And again, since he breaks so much, he will be able to help with doing that very consistently. Excuse me. And when he's the one that causes a core Kaiju to be core exposed, with the combat skill specifically, he will advance his own action order as well. So overall, like a very straightforward character. Frankly, he's one of the more straightforward characters we've seen in a little bit out of the characters we've gotten. So anyway, very straightforward, nothing crazy going on there in terms of setup, utility, anything like that. We're going to bring him in. We'll bring him in with Kikaru and Chester and Buddy Hoshina as well. I'll just drop you in there. So Kikaru is going to do two things. Firstly, she is going to be useful as a character that will be able to apply the blunt weakness, so that can help us with the breaking, of course. She's going to do the adjacent defense downs, and Chester will be obviously supplying us with a ton of attack, and we don't need to explain Buddy Hoshina. You guys know how he works. Speaking of works, make sure that you do follow me on TikTok. I'm really trying to grow it out. If you got an account, all you got to do is go on there, click follow, linked down below in the description, as well as the Discord and all that fun stuff. Yes, I have activated Windows. I don't know why that won't go away, but it won't leave me alone. All right, so we're going to start off with the Chester support here. Get the attack increase pressed out or pushed out, I guess. We're going to actually check out Gen here. So Gen's now plus 2,000. So I think this video will go out. I'm pretty sure it will go out today. But earlier today, I also recorded a showcase for Rin. So that will be coming soon. And maybe I'll do a video with them together. That could be kind of fun. Maybe I'll do I'm going to do the Shinomiya updated team with all, because now we have 4 characters. I was just thinking maybe the mom would be next, because for obvious reasons. But anyway, or at least weapon suit 4 Kikaru. Anyway. But we now have 4 characters, so I'll probably come back and do that sometime soon, too. So can you not choose the worst possible character on the team by default there, Buddy Hoshina? Can you not do that? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this now. So we are going to be super amped here as well. So we've got the blast attack bonus there, damage dealt from the weapon on Chester. We've got the Wyvern Unipart set from, I presume, Buddy Hoshina. Speed up there, field ops is active. We're at plus 2,000. By the way, the reason I brought up Shinonome was because she actually performed pretty well. It didn't change my opinion, but she performed really well, actually. And we got some core exposing going on. He triggered his passive and his weapon passive. So I didn't actually look at the weapon in that video. His weapon is fully duped out, by the way, because it's not hard for me to pull weapons. I just can't pull goddamn characters. At least not many dupes in my characters. Anyway, just for the record, I tried another 10 to 12 multis on Chester's banner after my recorded video just to get 1 copy, just 1. So then I could pity the second one and be happy. I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't happen. Anyway, after the equipped unit activates combat skill, gets a damage dealt bonus. Oh, that's right. So he stacks the damage dealt bonus here. Yeah, he's got several weapon options, but you really kind of need his weapons because somewhere in all that simplicity, if you will, of his kit is the fact that he doesn't actually have a lot going on in terms of increases. After the equipped unit activates, ultimate applies ultimate gauge charge as well. So that's kind of like a Kikuru effect. This new Kikuru has a very similar thing built in, where she's able to get to that second ultimate much faster. We are going to just go for the basic here. Boku no Tad. All right, so how is he looking here now? Speed, the way of the strongest passive because the ultimate gauge. We're above 50 though. Did that? Wait, so he should have both then? Or does it just not get a chance to reapply because we're above 50? Unstoppable advantage is there, so we got one stack of that dupe. That's the dupe. That's the weapons. Yeah, we got one stack of his own weapon at the bottom. Yeah, we don't have the, critical damage from the passive? Or ultimate. Oh, well. No, it's damage. It's damage dealt. Yeah, that should be in there. 14% damage dealt should be in here. But it's not. It's still showing the way of the strongest speed boost passive. Interesting. Okay. And he just broke 2 physical plates there. Got him a core expose. And that's one of the things that like makes Gen so ridiculous. So now we can turn around and use the ultimate. I want to confirm one more time. He caused another core expose, but I want to take one more turn to get off one more support or combat skill before doing anything else with him. Really, I want to do that. How much is left on Chester? Does he have? He's got 3 turns. He hasn't taken a second turn this whole time. Jesus. All right. Would be nice to get Buddy Hoshin his ultimate too. I can actually get it greedy and get Buddy Hoshin his ultimate off before Kaiju 10 goes again. Oh, I'm so freaking dumb. I was on autopilot. I'm so dumb. God. I need a rewind. God dang it. That was the whole thing I was setting up there. God dang it, man. I'm so annoyed at that. Well, maybe he'll crit anyway and it won't matter. 4,700 damage. It's just so silly. So he also got an attack increase from the weapon. So he's got quite a lot here going on. So that's the weapon from Buddy Hoshina, the speed up. Extreme swordplay speed boost passive. I'm assuming that's his own passive in here somewhere. Something going on here. I know that's probably Hoshina as well. There's just so many buffs flying around. Lots of speed though. The crit rate, I didn't get that last 10%, so hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. 46% damage. 2 out of 3 stacks for damage dealt. That was another big reason why I wanted to do that. I mean, he did pretty good. He hit all 3 of them for over 20,000. I think that's about, like, he could go a little bit higher. He could go a little bit higher, but I think that's about as good as it gets, frankly. I thought that was pretty good. But we're going to restart this. The main utility, though, remains the fact that he is such an efficient breaker, though. Like, that remains to be the best thing about Gen's kit. Now, I keep saying that you don't need that anymore because you can just hit through that with most characters nowadays. And that is very true. But if you do seek to play that way, or if you intentionally ignore, or simply don't own, but if you do own and intentionally ignore your Hoshin at number 10, well, then that's a whole other thing, right? And then also, on content like this, where you have to have 2 teams, Hoshin at number 10 can't be present in both teams. So that's another thing. So I think there's still immense value in how quickly he breaks. He's going to knock off 2 physical plates here. And break the side pieces. All right. So I'll just go here. And Gen's going to pop both of these and break him. And see, look, basically, Kikuru did her job by taking those off. But Gen's going to break him here and send him to the back. And this is only his second turn. Right? And he already did the other guys in. Right? And again, Kikuru did her job. The fact is Kikuru starts off with an adjacent hitting ultimate and then gets another one like within like a couple turns, and she just throws ultimates every couple turns. It's insane and frankly underrated, and I don't think people are valuing her appropriately as a result. But he's already doing really good damage here. Such a letdown seeing him be the follow-up guy, though. I will admit, Hoshina being the follow-up guy sucks, bro. That's the one thing that makes me not want to run like a hyper support like him. Like, I wouldn't even mind if it was Chester, frankly. Just the buddy hits are just so bad, bro. And of course, he's slower than Narumi is, so there's that. I'll still pop both their ultimates before number 10 goes, though. Okay, so this time we will get my third hit, so I'm not stupid again. We kill the other guy. We're going to give you a buff. That'll pop your ultimate before he goes. Got to make sure we press it fast, of course. All right. This will give us an attack increase, too. This is going to be Gen. I mean, he's not going to show the same number because there's no other wing characters on the sides. But he should do pretty good, particularly if he crits. So this is more... Okay. So the Wyvern Unipart, the weapon from Hoshina, speed up from Hoshina in here. Maybe these are both from Hoshina, frankly. He's got the 3 stacks here, the 3 stacks on damage dealt this time. He's got his own Way of the Strongest passive, the one that I was talking about last time. Last time it was speed. I guess I just hadn't had a chance to recycle that. His crit rate's now 85 or 82%, give or take, by the way. He's got the 60% blast damage increase from Hoshina. And this being a blast attack, crit rate's so high. I mean, this should do great damage if it crits. Yeah, 70k. 70k. And if there were other characters out there, he would hit all of them quite hard. They would have probably took another 50k each. Yeah, that's not bad. But again, I want to just let you know that Shinonome in my video did quite good. Like, she got to a point where she was doing, I don't want to say similar damage, but it wasn't bad. Like, it was quite close. Frankly, it was quite close. But again, I showed the main thing with Gen is the simple fact that he comes in and just blows up waves. Like, that's the whole thing, is that he blows up waves with breaks. And if you put him in any content, he's so versatile because he's got shot and slash. Those are the only 2 physical types other than blunt. So he's able to, and then with the physical neutral plate or whatever, like all physical attacks plate, blunt, physical, slash, all break into one plate, and he breaks everything at once. Like, he's just, that's extremely versatile. And that's why I really like characters that are dual, because there's just so much wiggle room with that. Like a character like Sagan, she can break physical plates, blunt plates, the purple elemental plate. She can break a fire plate if there happens to be any. Reno, all the same stuff applies to him, right? So, like, again, he's 2 physicals. He's not an element and a physical in there. He's just 2 physicals. And that has its own merits too, right? So that's where that's pretty interesting overall. But relatively shorter video for Gen. You know what I will do here? I want to see him versus the second wave really quick, just to see what it looks like. I'm not really so worried about this one, though. I know these guys can get this done. I was able to get the fourth dupe on Isao, and he now starts with the shield. But watch the AI still throw the shield here. Watch it. I haven't seen it, but watch the AI do it. I know it's going to do it, man. He doesn't need to do it. Everyone starts with the shield now. Until they, by default, have the damage dealt increase. Well, I know the AI is going to do it. I know it is. Instead of the normal attack. Watch. It's going to happen. Oh, okay, smart. Okay. I shouldn't be terribly surprised by that. I'm not. But it opened up a little bit of utility for auto gameplay on Isao. Just don't bring him with Sagan, because the AI is like really funny with those two. Because if Isao's got a shield up on Sagan, she won't use her own skill, so she won't draw aggro, so she won't counter. Or no, she'll still counter, right? But she won't draw the aggro. I have to go back and confirm. I got to read her kit. But yeah, she won't do the aggro for sure. Which you want, so she can get all those counter hits off, right? And Hoshina's going to win here versus number 10. With number 10, ironically. And goodbye. And he just... But number 10's not a hard fight. The reason I'm still taking him on is because I'm so used to the numbers that characters output here. And everyone else will do less damage versus other content. Like that 70k that Gen threw is probably, I don't know, just spitballing, like 50k or something like that. Like the bar is lower for everyone else. All right, so now we're going to start the... Oh, god damn it. I messed up already. It's just so free that she starts off with the ultimate. So it's like instinctually I click it. But you need to get that Chester bonus, man. I need that Chester in my life. I need that big C in my life. Okay, cool. We're good. Is everyone okay? My kids probably heard me like, what the hell is he talking about? That old man in there talking about... I'm not even that old. They're young. They don't know. Whatever. All right, let's go. Oh, there's no physical play or no blunt plates on this one. So this is... Gen quite literally blows this stage up by himself. You're going to like slash and shot. This was quite literally made for Gen. But those are the most common plates in the entire game. Actually, the most common one is shot, for obvious reasons. But, you know, like he's just going to blow this crap up. Look at that. Look how many plates he just took off. And then broke the 2 on the side, too. And then causing... So another thing that's been happening in some of this content that we haven't talked about is, again, Gen is extremely fast. And it's not even about the speed increases that he's getting for himself or from Buddy Hoshina. It's also this effect right here for action order increase. Where the flibbity flab is it? Combat skill. Where is it at? It's in here somewhere. This unit's combat skill damage goes up after activating a combat skill when causing... Here it is. Oh, you know what they did here? They bundled the effects throughout the character that have to do with the combat skill all in here. That's the first time I'm noticing that they did this. Interesting. When causing a Kaiju to be core exposed, though, increases action order by 20%. And since he's got such great coverage, as I've been saying, if there's multiple enemies out there, he just goes. And he just does his thing, man. Oh, that's not even a shot plate. That's a neutral plate. I'm stupid. That's not even a shot plate. Same difference, though, because he's going to pop him right here. And then get the action order increase again. All right, so he's... Was that 2? He's like low-key too fast. It's the same problem you have with Ashiro, actually. Is that he's just a little bit too fast at what he wants to do to get everything lined up perfectly. So you've got to like wait a little bit longer. I don't know. It's weird. It's not a huge deal or anything, but it's just kind of weird. I'd certainly have that problem with Gen over Ashiro, though. It's particularly a good problem to have with him, I guess. I don't mind it so much. Just got to make sure you throw that combat skill, though. We're going to throw one more defense down from Kikaru. She landed it. Okay, let's see how the defense is looking on this guy. He's got an 18% and a 15% debuff. Buddy Hoshina can ult here. So we're going to get this increase. And by the way, Gen's going to finish this off if it wasn't clear. Does Gen still have the 60% increases? He does, so I don't even need to bother using that either. He'll get an attack increase here as well as a crit damage up, right? There's a crit damage up increase there because our SP is low. So this is another thing too. It doesn't show in here. It just gets... Oh, no, it is. Okay, I was going to say it just gets applied, but no, here it is. So 46%. I don't think we've got this earlier. That one's something that's honestly, admittedly, kind of easy for me to forget about. He's got a passive in here when your SP is low after he attacks with a combat or ultimate. They're kind of annoying for doing that because if you're doing a normal, you're obviously going to be at 1 or less. So basically, it's hard to get that one unless you're doing your ultimate, because do you want to burn your last SP? Right? Like, maybe you don't want to do that. So they're kind of annoying for that. All right, so we'll go for this. And before he can come back, let's finish him off. Gen's going to kill him without a crit, so... Oh, we're cooking. Let me see that damage! Oh, okay. He went even higher that time. Unsurprisingly, because, again, he had the crit damage. I don't think he had it last time. Actually, the damage is so close, he probably did have it last time. I just didn't pay attention to it. Because it was like 77 or 6,000 or whatever, right? Like, it wasn't that far off. So he probably did have it last time. Overall, though, it's hard for me to get impressed by damage. Like, I liked seeing him do 80k. But I saw Shinonome do something similar. I've seen a bunch of characters do something similar. I guess more so cumulative damage as opposed to a single hit. And again, for Gen, even another thing too is that fact he did all that damage. But if there were adjacent targets, he would have hit them like nukes too, right? That's another thing too. Anyway, it's hard for me to get impressed because freaking Hoshina just like Hoshina does that he does double that on his combat skill. Like, how can I get impressed? You know, but I don't think it's fair to compare everyone, like I always say, to Hoshina specifically. I think with the utility and the quickness, the action order increases, the speed increases, like all that stuff, like quite literally. I wondered if Kikaru would push him down in usefulness because of her ultimate spam, plate breaking, adjacents, what's it called? The defense downs. Like, I wondered if she would push him down, but he's just so good at what he wants to do, which is just core expose, right? He is the best character in the game at that specific trait, is core exposing. And it's frankly not close, just because the coverage he has. The only time he gets usurped is if there's an enemy with elementals. And if there's an elemental enemy, well, you have to bring an elemental character if you want to get core exposing. So it is what it is. That applies to literally everyone else, so I can't use that as a knock against him. But you have immense coverage when paired with Reno as well. So we're going to be doing a Reno showcase as well soon, similar to this. So Reno also has 2 dupes. I will not put these in. I'll do that in the video. We're going to show him with and without these 2 dupes. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But next up should be Shinonome. And there's some other fun stuff that I'm working on as well. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you all in the next video on Kaiju number 8.